The thing you think is helping you is actually deceiving you. You just read a perfectly written explanation of a historical event, and it sounded incredibly professional. The grammar was flawless, the tone was authoritative, and the logic seemed airtight. But then you notice a single detail: the date is wrong. In fact, the entire event never happened. This is the silent danger of modern AI, where fluency is often mistaken for truth. Imagine you are researching a legal precedent for a critical case. You ask an AI for a list of relevant court rulings, and it provides 5 perfectly formatted, professional-looking citations. You feel a wave of relief, believing your work is nearly done. However, when you go to verify the first case, you suddenly discover that the case number simply does not exist. This isn't a random glitch, it is a hallucination. In a 2023 study by researchers at Stanford, it was found that large language models can confidently invent non-existent citations. They can even fabricate entire biographies. The AI isn't lying to you maliciously, it is simply performing its primary function, generating text that looks like the truth, even when it's false. To understand why this happens, you have to look under the hood. We often treat AI like a digital encyclopedia, but it is actually more like a hyper-advanced version of the autocomplete on your smartphone. When you type a message, your phone predicts the next word based on common patterns. LLMs do the same thing, but on a massive scale. They do not look up facts in a database of truths. Instead, they calculate which word is most likely to follow the previous one based on patterns in their training data. They are not retrieving information, they are predicting sequences. This distinction is vital. A database returns a fact, an LLM returns a statistical probability of a word. This brings us to the math of guessing. Every word an AI generates is the result of a complex probability distribution. If the prompt is, "The capital of France is," the probability for Paris might be 99%. But if the prompt is more complex or obscure, the probability might drop to 15% for several different options. The AI will still pick one, often choosing the one that maintains the most linguistic flow. This is how the illusion of intelligence is built. The machine is not thinking through a logic puzzle, it is navigating a landscape of mathematical likelihoods. When the math points to a plausible-sounding but incorrect word, the AI follows the path of least resistance, creating a seamless but false narrative. The danger is not just in trivial errors, it is in the erosion of trust and the real-world consequences of misplaced confidence. In 2023, a lawyer in New York submitted a legal brief containing several non-existent judicial decisions, all generated by an AI. The result was sanctions and professional embarrassment. As these tools integrate into medicine, engineering, and education, the cost of a fluent error rises exponentially. If a developer uses AI-generated code that looks clean but contains a subtle logic flaw, the entire system could fail. We are entering an era where the surface-level smoothness of information can mask catastrophic errors, making the ability to distinguish between fluency and fact a critical survival skill in the digital age. So, how do you navigate this landscape without becoming a computer scientist? The key is a process called triangulation. Never accept a single AI-generated claim as absolute truth. Instead, use the AI to generate the search terms, then manually verify those claims using primary sources like academic journals or official government databases. Treat every AI output as a draft, not a final product. Specifically, look for grounding, the practice of providing the AI with a trusted text and asking it to summarize only that text. By restricting the AI's scope to known facts, you reduce the chance of hallucination. Verification is no longer optional, it is the necessary price of using these powerful tools effectively. AI is a mirror of human language, not a mirror of truth. It can mimic the structure of wisdom without possessing the substance of it. As you interact with these models, remember, a smooth sentence is just math in motion. Always verify the facts, because the most convincing lies are always perfectly written. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and follow. Oops, it's AI. See you in the next one.